Hey, my friend, this is Stone. I hope your week is starting off right. I hope you're having a great day today. And what I want to talk to you about today are our goals. Now, specifically, I want to tell you to stop setting goals if those goals are causing more harm than good. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, in my past, I have set many goals, and those goals, I didn't end up accomplishing them. I didn't end up following through. And what that did to me, honestly, it really caused me to think less of myself, and it really damaged my confidence in my ability to follow through and to get things done. And I don't know if you've experienced this in your own life, but I will talk to many younger people and ask them what their New Year's resolutions are. And most of them have New Year's resolutions. But then I talk to adults and I ask them about their New Year's resolutions, and most of them just kind of roll their eyes or just think of them as a novelty. Now, why the disparity? Because most people, and you may be one of them, have set these New Year's resolutions, and then they realize over the years that they set them, they don't mean much, and like the massive percentage of population, after about 10 days, they're done. They don't follow through on those resolutions, and many goals are the same way. And so what happens is, as you get older, you guessed it, you just stop trying. You stop setting those New Year's resolutions, and you may find that you're one of those people that really just doesn't set goals anymore. Well, I am here to help you take care of that problem. It's to stop setting goals the way that you've been setting them and really utilize these don'ts of goal setting, okay? So when I talk to my own students and I look at my own life, there's really three common denominators of people that set goals that make mistakes in setting those goals, and then you see that they don't end up following through, they don't end up completing those goals. It's three things that if you can weed these out, maybe you can decide you don't want to complete the same goal. Maybe it's slightly different. Maybe you decide you want a more compelling goal, or your vision has changed. But whatever it is, you can really get what it is you're trying to get by avoiding these three don'ts of goal setting. So today, you can make that change. You can make it happen. That goal that you've never been able to accomplish, you can figure it out today and get on the right road. So that's what this video is about. So I hope you have a great day today. I hope this video really does help you to set goals properly. Go to stonejordan.info if you haven't already and subscribe. You're gonna get these videos in your inbox every week along with other goodies. Take care, set goals properly, have a great week this week, and we'll talk to you in the video. Okay, so these are the three don'ts of goal setting, the three things that you want to be sure not to do whenever you set a goal, because if you do any of these three things, you would be better off not even setting goals. Number one, setting a large quantity of goals at the same time. Now we see this manifested a lot of the time at New Year's, and I kind of liken it to when I first learned how to drive a stick shift, okay? My dad took me out into the field and he said, okay, this is how you shift, and this is how you press down the brake, and this is how you turn the steering wheel. You need to check your mirrors, and you're doing all of these things, use your turn signal. And I'm thinking to myself, this is crazy. I'm never going to be able to learn how to drive this little Nissan stick shift. And that's because I was having to learn how to do all of these things at the same time. So what I did out in the field was I got used to using the shifter and being really present and paying all my attention to that. I got used to using the clutch and brake and paying attention just to that. I got used to being able to look out my side mirrors until I'm 16 and I'm driving, drinking a milkshake, eating a burger, and driving at the same time, which I shouldn't be doing, but I was. Our brains aren't made to be looking at a whole bunch of different things at the same time. It's the same idea as multitasking, right? Being present on one task gives you much more power and focus on that one task. And we see this a lot of the time at New Year's when people set New Year's resolutions. Okay, they don't just go for one resolution, they set a bunch of resolutions. So be sure that when you set goals, when you get on fire to make change in your own life, that you're not trying to make all these changes at once, okay? Stagger them. But that's really number one, the quantity of those goals. Okay, Number two is you may be setting goals that need a different vision. In other words, you may have something that you've set once and you haven't achieved it, but then you decide you need to set it again and you don't achieve it. And you may have this repetitive goal. Well, it may not be that there's anything wrong with the goal, but you might have the wrong vision for the goal, what it is you're trying to accomplish. You may need to tweak, what is it that I'm going to receive whenever I complete this goal? Or I want to complete this goal, but what's a different way to look at it in order to get there? The don't is to keep setting a repetitive goal over and over again. It's the same idea of the definition of insanity that we've all heard before. It's trying the same idea over and over and over again and expecting different results. Okay, that's no different with goals. If you didn't get it the first time, if you don't change anything, chances are you're not going to get it the second time, the third time, or the fourth time, so that's a big don't. Don't set repetitive goals. That doesn't mean you can't achieve the same thing, but you got to find a different way to get there. Maybe by changing how you look at the goal or changing your vision. That's number two. And then number three is that you need to make sure the goal is compelling. Now, SMART goals, the R in SMART stands for realistic, and I kind of take issue with that because yes, the goal does need to be attainable, but it also needs to be something that stretches you because that's what makes us feel alive. That's what makes us want to grow. And I heard this once and I've really stuck to it. If you're trying to decide on what a goal should be, you want it to be something that stretches you, but you also want it to be somewhat attainable. I like this definition, and that is you take what you think is within the realm of reality, the realm of possibility of you doing, and you step right outside of that. Okay, something that you're just not quite sure you can accomplish. Now, what that does to a psychology, number one, is that challenge to grow. We are always trying to grow and move forward, so that'll give you a compulsion to try to grow and move towards that goal. And then the second thing it does, it makes the goal more compelling, because that third don't, the goal not being compelling, if your goal doesn't really juice you, if you don't look at that goal and you think, I want it, and you're driven forward, that's a huge problem. If you have a goal that you think, okay, I would like this, but I could take it or leave it, that means your standard is not high enough to pull you towards the goal. You're always going to be pushing yourself towards it. So you need to make sure the goal is compelling enough, and that might mean taking that goal that you haven't accomplished and actually making it bigger, something that you're drawn more towards. Again, there's a reason why you haven't accomplished these goals. So if you look at all three of these don'ts of goal setting, you can probably see in your own life if you have a goal that you haven't accomplished. My bet is going to be that at least one of these, and maybe more than one, you see that you have done these things. So take a moment, review these with any goal that you've set, and then also the blueprint, which you can get at stonejordan.info. It's going to give you a 7-day challenge, because I kind of made a promise at the beginning of this that I was going to help you to reach that goal that you've had a problem reaching. And in order to fulfill that promise, you really need to do the 7-day challenge. And again, that's just the blueprint at stonejordan.info. That will take the knowledge that you've just gained, the 3 don'ts of goal setting, and it will put it into application so you can accomplish that goal. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you will really take this and run with it, and I hope it causes you to have a breakthrough. Have a great week this week, and we'll talk to you next time.